Fantastic! More humanoid-ish animals trying to take over God's throne. That actually sounds pretty stupid when I say it out loud. But who am I to judge a pasta that is on the front fucking page? So yeah, as you could have guessed, this one is an unofficial sequel to Sonic.exe. One day I'm gonna make a sequel to my Binding of Judas pasta. Perhaps I could make it remotely scary. I'm sorry, I got off track. Something that I'll be doing a lot. I need to see what's so good about this pasta that puts it among such classics as Mario and Luna games and... what? Lost Sonic. Really, Wiki? Really? Also, it is suggested by my sponsor that you should read the pasta before watching this shit. And do that for all my episodes. If you are too lazy, then here, I'll put the pasta on the screen. You done? Good. Now I shall begin. So a good chunk of the beginning is him describing this Sonic SallaS.exe show. I didn't see this as a child, probably because Serbia doesn't broadcast good shows. But I guess I'm gonna have to believe what the writer is saying. He says it's the best show ever, so I'm gonna have to agree with him on that. So the writer decided to search up Sally Sonic SallaS.exe cause it was his favorite character, Sally. Yeah, and there was a doll that was Sally with a shirt that has God written on it. There are too many things in creepypastas that wanna be God. What is this, ancient Greece? Anyway, it was too expensive, so he just decided to buy all the Sonic SallaS.exe episodes for $1. So he got the bitchin' deal and played the waiting game, which is just sitting on a chair for a long period of time. Wait a minute. Aren't I just sitting here for a long period of time waiting for someone to comment? Okay, Pasta, you got my attention. What else do you have? So he got the CD thing and stuffed it up his laptop's asshole. But the laptop is not satisfied, so it refused to play the DVD. So might as well open the containing folder, and there was just an exe file. But upon opening it, he noticed it was actually an episode of Sonic AM. I think it was called Sonic Gets Cut Up While Talking. Oh, never mind. It's called Hooked on Sonic. That was just an SCP reference. So the episode was all normal and shit, no blood or anything. Was there supposed to be blood? But soon enough, the episode got cut off just as Sally and Sonic Boy were about to share spit, cause it blue screened. Well, that was a waste of $1. At least the writer got a chance to describe the fucking kissing scene. Why yes, I do have a natural hatred for kissing scenes. I'm a guy, all I know is football. So he did random shit like go on YouTube and watch rubber fruit videos. Well, he did say he was watching random videos on YouTube, so yeah, rubber fruit. But then the cursor went batshit. A cursor is a white arrow that you see on your screen right now, just in case you failed at computer class. So then it calmed its balls and was controllable again. Kind of a pointless scene, but okay. He then found himself downloading the Sonic game. That sentence becomes retarded when you think about it too much. So he started it up and the laptop screen faded to black. This happened to my laptop as well, but that's usually because it overheated. So there was no Sega in the intro, but there was a Sega sound, but it was slowed down to the point that it sounded demonic. Sega. It sounds more like the Sega logo is drunk. So some dull details are mentioned from the title screen, like the logo is all rusty and it says Sega 666 in the corner. Another game that Sega made in the Middle Ages, I see. And the water was all bloody. Great. First Sonic.exe, now this. What is your deal, Moses? And the music was just a 16-bit mess of noise. So it's the Sonic equivalent of Serbian dubstep. So instead of Sonic, there was Tails and Knuckles. Tails had black eyes and they were bleeding and his fur was dull black and he had a face of anguish. Knuckles was much worse though. It was exactly like Tails, except that he had a face of sadness, which makes it worse, I guess. Okay, so while they were standing there being useless, a pink bunny thing popped out. At first it was smiling, but then she noticed that she was in a creepypasta, and I guess that made her sad. So he was like, why the fuck is Amy on there? I don't know, but as he started the game, there was a static noise, and the text said, Kyle didn't want to play with me. What a shame. But I can play with you. Right? I don't know, are you over 18? Horrible joke! So he started the thing and instead of Green Hill Zone, it was called Not Perfect, Act 1. Digging the Courage reference so far. So there was flat ground, blank background, and there be Amy on the left and Sonic standing in front of a giant silver ring. Sonic jumped into it, so why not go in there too? Good question. What else would you do? Stand around in a dull piece of land? Okay, and then there was a level that my brain can't explain right now, but I do know it has something to do with shrieks. lots of shrieks. So then it cuts to more black and there be the title screen. It was just Amy there, but she had holes on her. Watch, I'll name them. Mouth, ears, nostrils, anus. Okay, it seems that she had some extra holes on her, as if she was hit by several shotgun bullets. She's Swiss cheese, basically. Speaking of cheese, the next game had Cream in it, who was very annoying, but who am I to complain? Her name is in my name, after all. The level was called Kind and Fair, Act 1. Nothing clever to say to that. So she was in Cutopia, apparently, and there be Speed TV. She broke that shit and ran to a flat area for a while running increasingly faster. But then she was quickly killed by a spike wall. Cutopia has quite the safety hazard there. Now Cream is all Amy-like. Just put her in the corpse pile. We'll need it for Tails Abuse 2. So then the title screen makes another fucking appearance. Yeah, forgot about that for a while. This time it had Amy and Cheese on there. Cheese was shitting herself. Her eyes seemed almost sloth-like. And yes, she was dull gray. The pasta then reads, time for the third character. Ah, right on to business there, I see. And then the Sally girl pooped up. That's really what it says. And she seemed to like the player cause she gives him a friendly wave. As if saying, howdy neighbor, got some sugar? Or blood? After 5 pages of him struggling to hit the fucking start button, he starts the fucking game. And it was called Blank Act 9. Why 9? Why not 7? That's a much holier number. Think about it. So she was standing there with all the people there in their corrupted forms. Corrupted forms. What is this, Papagorio? There was Zalgo Tails and Zalgo Knuckles that is kind of different from Zalgo Tails. Swiss Cheese, Amy Holes, and Robotnik? Where the fuck did he come from? What happened to him? I didn't know anything happened to him badly. Whatever, he probably just turned dull gray too. Oh hey, Sonic.exe's there too. Are Sally and him gonna fight over the throne? That would be quite funny actually. So the stage began shrinking and she was eventually crushed or splat, as the writer describes it. So then there was bloody text and it said, Sonic, my love. But you didn't know this whole thing was a giant bloody love card. Then the game decided to go back to the Sonic show. It started up where it left off. Except this time, they were in their EXE form. Yes, that's how I call them. When they kissed, they let out these black tentacles from their mouth and jabbed them in each other's throats. The Zalgo French kiss, as I like to call it. Lots of Zalgo in today's review. And they seemed to enjoy it, and so did the writer for a moment. Yeah, that's the creepiest part about this pasta. God help us if he thought of masturbating. And so they gave each other compliments on the kissing, fucking whores. But holy shit, there's a Sally doll on the writer's bed. It had no eyes and... What, that's it? This is the same fucking ending as Sonic.exe, just less retarded. At least he saw the Sally doll on sale earlier. In Sonic.exe, he just plays the game and oh no, Sonic doll! Well, that was less scarier than Sonic.exe, cause for one thing, Sally's eyes were shut the whole time. So attempting a staring contest with the player would be just retarded. And there seemed to be a lot of fucking static, fading to black and dull colors. But still, it was... okay, I guess. I mean, I'm still shocked that Lost Sonic is still on the front page. That shit makes everything else look like solid platinum. Okay, that's it for today. Bye-bye.